waging war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Waging war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Waging war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me.
Hey, what's up out there, friends and family? It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you another edition of Motivational Monday. Woo! I hope you all are having a tremendous and exciting day out there. I'm starting to see eyes come into the room. If you would, go ahead and holler at your boy as you come into the room, as I begin to share this out to all of my other outlets. And as you come in the room, holler at your boy. Please, if you would, please share this and like this and share it and invite a couple of people on here to join us tonight. Hey, Vaniqua, thank you for joining us tonight. Now, it's not showing up live yet on Facebook for me to share it for whatever reason. So I'm waiting on that. Maybe that's why. Hey, Virginia, look like it's already on Facebook. I don't know why it's not showing up on mine. Hey, Virginia, thank you for joining us. If you would, y'all please type a couple names in there. Let's invite somebody. For all my replayers, give me about another minute and a half as I share this out. So, okay, here it is. It just went live on mine. Give me about a minute and a half so I can share this out to all my social media outlets. And if you all would do the same, please, let's get this word out. Tonight, we're going to break some bread. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, we're taking another idiom. And tonight, we're taking too blessed to be stressed. How many of us has heard that before? I know back in the old Baptist church that I grew up in, that was one of the things that was on everybody's t-shirts. Too blessed to be stressed. What does that actually mean? So y'all give me about 30 more seconds as I'm sharing this out. What does that actually mean? So tonight we're going to tackle that. And then tonight I have to go completely, totally paperless as my printer and my internet was down. So I'm on my phone right now. I hope it's going through. How's my connection out there, everybody? Give me about 30 more seconds as I'm sharing it. Does the connection sound good? Straight. Good. Thank you, Vaniqua. I'm going to share this to a couple of more people, and we're going to get ready to get this show on the road. I know all my paparazzi people out this week, they're out this week down in Vegas getting it in. So I know they're not going to be on tonight, but we're going to get it in tonight. Hey, Rajetta, thank you for joining us. Hey, Derek, what's up? Thank you for joining us. Hey, we're about to get to this bread breaking. Let me share in one more group. Okay. Let me share it in one more group. All right, let the bread breaking commence. I'm your boy. What's up, Big Hump? Big Cuz, thank you for joining us. I'm your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses. And here again with another edition of Motivational Monday, episode 96. Let's get it. Too blessed to be stressed. I need somebody to say that. Somebody get in the chat box right there. If you've heard that before, say something. Have you heard too blessed to be stressed? Have you seen that t-shirt that says too blessed to be stressed? Somebody out there know what I'm talking about. We've seen that on those t-shirts, too blessed to be stressed. What does that actually mean to be to be too blessed to be stressed? And we're going to tackle that tonight, episode 96. So for a lot of us out there, I know if you grew up around the area, Banana Productions used to make a lot of money selling too blessed to be stressed shirts. What does that idiom actually mean? So let's hop right into it. Too blessed to be stressed means that you're well off enough in life that you should not be worrying about trivial matters. Too blessed to be stressed means that you're well enough in life that you should not be worrying about trivial matters. Now let's think about that. And the reason why I wanted to tackle this one this week was because, so if I'm too blessed to be stressed, so does that mean that if I experience some stress on my life that I'm no longer blessed? And that's why I want to take these idioms. Thank you, Derek, for giving me that word and break them down. I want to take them and break them down because we have stress. Does that mean that I'm no longer blessed? Does that mean that I'm no longer in the kingdom? Does that mean that I'm not where I want to be in God, or I'm not where I want to be in the kingdom? Is that what that means? Too blessed to be stressed. Come on, y'all. We're going to get in that. We're going to get into this. And a lot of times we say a lot of these idioms not really knowing the meaning and definitions and really not knowing how it makes the person next to us feel. Not knowing like, okay, well, you had something, I'm so blessed. We say it a lot of times, I'm so blessed to be in this situation. So does that mean that somebody else is not blessed when in another situation? And see, I'm just we just having a conversation tonight, and we're gonna get into this bread breaking moment. But first, I want to get your brain to start thinking about this. I want to get you to start thinking about right now when we make these declarations. And trust me, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying this, but do I really know what I'm saying when I do say it? What's my ultimate purpose when I'm saying it? Too blessed to be stressed. I'm well off enough in life that you shouldn't be worrying. That's the definition. But the Bible definition is a blessing is depicted as a mark of God's relationship with a person or nation. When a person or group is blessed, it's a sign that God's grace is upon them and perhaps even presence are among them. To be blessed means that a person or a people take part in God's plan for the world and his humanity. Come on, man. Y'all, you all have heard me say that I'm blessed and I'm highly favored, that I'm empowered to prosper. Before we get into too blessed to be stressed, let's take blessed and let's break it down. See, there are a lot of people that believe that blessed just means that all things are working in my life. That means that I don't have bad days. Some people just take it to believe that because I say I'm blessed, that every day I'm walking in a vineyard full of milk and honey. When I say I'm blessed, some people take it to believe that all my days look just perfect. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm gonna break bread tonight. When I say I'm blessed, to some of us, when they hear that word blessed, it means that we don't battle ailments in our body, or we don't have natural struggles on this earth. Remember that we're in this world, but we're not of this world. Hey, Tashana, thanks for joining us. That there are going to be natural struggles and natural battles because we're in this world. My struggle does not denounce my blessing. I just broke bread. Because I got the struggle probably means that I'm more blessed. And I gotta say, I remember one of my mentors said, anytime in life, you're either going in a struggle, you're in a struggle, or you're coming out of struggle. Struggles are coming to life. And if you're gonna do anything great, get used to the struggle. Hey, I think some people believe that I'm too blessed to be stressed, meaning that I'm supposed to, well, I got it all together, boo. Come on, Kaniki, I'm coming. Thank you for joining us. My blessing does not mean that I got it all together. My blessing just means that in the midst of everything that's going wrong in my life, I have wholeness, soundness, nothing missing and nothing lacking, because it's the great I am that lives in and through me. Don't depict my demeanor on this Motivational Monday that all my days are just perfect. Yeah, I'm going to break bread. I'm going to break bread. Somebody said I've been sharing these videos and brunch with sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Williams. Thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing out there on YouTube. I appreciate it. That means a lot. I'm going to tell you all, the best thing in the world for me to know that you all are sharing this stuff, man, it motivates me to bring the fire even more. But back to my original thought, because I go through things, or because I stand here and I speak as one, oh yeah, I'm about to break bread, because I speak as one with authority, does not mean that my life is not filled with hills and valleys just like yours. It does not mean that sickness and disease doesn't stop by my house from time to time. It does not mean that debt and lack from time to time doesn't stop by my house. It doesn't mean that I have all the answers about everything that I'm supposed to be doing. That's not what it means. But I sit here and speak as one with authority because I'm blessed. And oh my God, my blessing has nothing to do with what's externally, but has everything to do what's internally, because the great I am has awakened my I am. What makes you blessed is your awakened I am. It's the greater I am living to do the good that he desires in and through you for the world. I'm going to break bread before this is over. I'm going to break bread before this is over. Too many of us, we look at our lives, and we talked about this. We look at our lives and we judge the blessing based on external situations or external circumstances. And because if something's going well in somebody's life, we must say they're blessed. Or if something going bad in somebody's life, we say, I wonder what they did to be in that situation. And I'm telling you, it could be neither, or it could be both all at the same time, because what's sure to happen in life is you're going to have situations that challenge what you believe. I just broke bread. You're going to have situations in your life that I say are always challenging your I am. Let me tell you something, man. I'm about to go somewhere now that I hadn't planned on going, but I'm going to go there. Don't you know, ever since the foundation of the earth, the great I am has been seeking your awakened I am. That you do have a true adversary, a true enemy that's trying to keep you from knowing who your awakened I am is. Because he's trying to keep you from your awakened I am, there are going to be diverse situations. There are going to be a history. There are going to be things that happen in your history that's going to try to detract from you becoming the best version of who you are. And in that moment, this is where I'm saying I'm too blessed to go back to where I was. Come on, man. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm going to break it down in a minute. I'm getting there. Just right now, I want to take a minute and deal with the blessing, because all of us who knows the great I am, that God works in and through us, that he's already blessed us with every spiritual blessing. I just broke bread. That's in Ephesians. He's already blessed us with every spiritual blessing. Somebody, come on, man. Y'all holler at your boy out there. Holler at your boy out there. We've already been blessed with every spiritual blessing. Motivational teacher to the masses. Oh, I'm about to break bread. Vanika, you better tell them. That's why you can't miss these Motivational Mondays. 4 weeks ago, I talked about how when we make a prayer, or when I confess the motivational teacher to the masses, that it's in evaporation form. It's in the particles are spread so far apart that you can't see it. It doesn't mean that it's not already fulfilled. It just means that the particles aren't close enough for you to see it. I'll give you a natural example. When the Bible said Daniel prayed and they answered his prayer, but it took 21 days for his prayer to get there. His prayer was answered on day one. I'm going to break bread tonight. It was answered on day one, but there was opposition against getting the answer. It's like I'm telling you right now, when you make a declaration, it exists day one. I'm breaking bread right now. It exists day one, but it's in evaporation form. Let me break bread. Water, steam, ice are all H2O. You cannot change the particles of what makes H2O. What matters is how tightly are the particles, which equals the form of water that exists. When you see a solid like ice, the particles have become so closely related and so closely packed and tightly together that you see the physical substance. You can feel the physical substance. But the same thing that steam is H2O as well. It's just that the particles are so far apart that you can't see it. So when I say I'm blessed, to me, I'm not looking to a tight particles in order for my blessing to be fulfilled. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Come on, I'm gonna deal with the stress part in a minute. Right now, I'm talking about the blessing. I'm blessed because of what I know and who I am in the earth and who created me. I'm blessed because the great I am has awakened my I am, and external situations cannot change that on the inside of me. When I say I'm blessed, I'm speaking from that place of the great I am has awakened my I am. If my I am is awakened, I got solutions, baby. I got answers, baby. Blessings, and this is for the natural and carnal mind. Too many of us, and that's why I say a lot of us seek motivation. I'm telling you, you don't have a motivation problem. You don't have a motivation problem. The only challenge that a man has is knowing who he is through the great I am. I just broke bread. I just broke bread. If I want to lose weight, my goal is not, if I say my ultimate goal is to lose weight, I don't first start trying to lose weight by getting on the scale. I might get on the scale and weigh myself. I ultimately start losing weight by gaining the internal picture of what I'm supposed to be. And my body is, what's your why? I know for me, I go to the gym, I run because my dad died of a heart attack at 47, and I'm going to live, I'm going to be here to see my children's children. And so when I go to the gym, I'm not motivated because I want a six pack. I'm motivated because my why is stronger than any other thing on this earth is to see my children's children. You got to start with an internal why. Your blessing is not external. It's always internal. And it's based on the information that I make decisions off of. I just broke bread. See, a lot of us thought the car was the blessing. Ooh, look at that blessing over there. There's some of us that thought the house was the blessing. Oh, he's so blessed. Look at that house they live in. Oh man. Look at how much money they got. Oh, they just so. Oh, sister so and so got another car. Oh, look how blessed sister so and so is. He got another car. Ooh, every time I see him and that husband and wife together, ooh, they married just so blessed. And we sit there and we judge blessings by It's almost hilarious. We sit there and we look at a person and say, man, they just so blessed. Not really knowing that the Mercedes Benz that they own is $100,000 in debt. They can't even fill up the Mercedes Benz because they got to try to make the payment next month. And we're sitting back talking about how blessed they are by the things that they accumulate on this earth. I'm telling you right now, your blessing is not accumulated in things. Oh man, I just broke bread. Oh, look, they got a Gucci purse. Oh, they must be so blessed. Oh, look at that. They got some Fendi shoes. Oh, they gotta be so blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta change our definition of what we believe blessed is. We gotta change that right now. We're judging the wrong thing. If Nico said that's knowledge right there. Come on, Auntie. We're sitting there, we're looking at all this. We're in this world, we're not of this world, but we judge the blessings by things that are of this world. Oh, they got it together. Come on, man. Just because they got a Gucci purse and got a Gucci hat doesn't mean that they got it all together. Michael Jackson and all his splendor, he owned all his masters to all his music, still could not go to sleep at night. And we sit back. His gifting was amazing. His gifting was amazing. He accumulated a lot of things, but when you gotta be put to sleep in order to get rest at night, come on, man. The blessing that's not the blessing. That is not the blessing. Anywhere, well, let me break bread right here. I got to get back to my notes. I'm 17 minutes in. I'm just still off my notes. Anywhere the blessing is, there'll be wholeness, soundness, nothing missing and nothing lacking, not physically, but this is spiritually. What leads to us emotionally. Doesn't mean that we're not going to have bad days. I'm going to get into the stress in a minute. And I think some of us has taken it too far to believe that because I'm not of this world, I'm not going to have some challenging times. And I'm telling you right now, we're going to have those same challenging times. Hey, Mom, thanks for joining us. We're going to all have those same challenging times. But challenging times does not mean that I'm not blessed. Ooh, this right here, I must didn't do right. Listen, man, stop looking at your life. Stop looking at your life as one big punishment from the great I am. Stop looking at your life like God is keeping score of what I do wrong or what I do right, and I get an X here and I get an X there, and we're looking at the great I am like his only job is to keep score in my life, and we make decisions about my blessing or whether I'm not blessing based on what we believe he thinks the score is. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta move beyond this milk and be able to get to meat. To be blessed is to have a good thing be brought on you. If you bless someone or someone blesses you, it means to do them good. That means that to do them good, not only am I blessed, I'm only blessed to be a blessing. The moment where I start to feel, stress, or the moments where I start to believe that it's time for me to go back to the lab. Moments or there's areas in our life where we see certain situations and it makes us think that, man, I'm not where I want to be. Though to me, man, those are gifts. And when you have those moments, I think that's God to us revealing where we are so we can grow and get beyond that situation. So we can go like, okay, Aunt, Like I told you, when I was broke, debt broke, and I was living with a colleague, I had to go back to the lab. Okay, Aunt, obviously I'm broke. I got a good job. I'm making a lot of money, but what is the root of me not being able to maintain any money? And I had to go back to the lab. I was still blessed. Oh boy, let me break bread. In the midst of being in a boatload of debt, in the midst of having to give my car back, in the midst of having to move out my apartment, in the midst of losing the house, it didn't change the fact that I wasn't blessed. But I had to go back and understand what was the root that was causing all of these things to happen in my life. That, trust me, and see, most of us, we look at our external situation, we make judgments based on that. Trust me, the blessing is on your life. The blessing is on your life. Those situations that don't work, what am I supposed? This is another opportunity for the grace of God to be shown in my life. We got to move beyond some of these carnal, this carnality of what we believe. Too blessed to be stressed. Yeah, blessing or not in things. Blessing in knowing who what your great I am has been created to do. To be blessed, I'm blessed to be a blessing. I'm blessed to be a blessing. God always gives seed to the sower. We talked about that. If I got seed, it's always to sow. It's not meant for you to have, trust me on this. And I believe we put money back for a rainy day. I believe we have an emergency fund. I'm a former stockbroker. I believe we have a 401k. I believe we have all those things. But I never think I don't believe our bank accounts will have $100,000 sitting in our checking account or in our banking account doing nothing with. God always gives seed to the sower. If that's the case, I need to be investing and I need to be doing something in order to make my life and somebody's life around me better. I'm always blessed to be a blessing. My surplus, check me out now. Check me out. My surplus. Oh, I gotta break bread. Some of y'all, let me hold on. Let me get back on this screen so I can see who's talking to me right quick. I'm gonna say this. My surplus, come on, man, should always be at the disposal of the great I am through my awakened I am. I just broke bread. My surplus I'm just saying, I don't know, it could be, may not be for me to go get a big Benz. Maybe my surplus is for me to be a blessing to that homeless person over there and get them a week in the Marriott. Maybe my surplus this time is for me to help start a foundation to help little kids learn how to read. Maybe my surplus is to help that abused mother be able to get away and escape and have a place to go. Maybe my surplus is not meant for me to go get. It could be. I don't know. It could be, but most time the great I am is using your awakened I am to be a blessing to others. Vanico said, I'm blessed by sharing this blessings and knowledge. The rest is up to them. Give them the information. Give them the information. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I think there's a generation out there, and there's a generation of people out there that are looking for the right information. And a lot of people take these idioms, too blessed to be stressed, and try to make it a law in their life because they have no other knowledge to use. They have no other information. They need to be enlightened. And I think a lot of us get this kind of information and we sit on it. Oh, it was such a blessing to be there to hear that Motivational Monday. My question is, now that you heard it, what actionable items are you going to do next? It's good to sit here and listen to it. Don't get me wrong, but it's better to act on it. I just broke bread. The challenge with a lot of people is we sit there and we get it and we never act on it. And I'm telling you, the blessing of the Lord makes you rich and addeth no sorrow. Too blessed. Now that word, now that stress. Let's back down a little bit. Too blessed to be stressed. That word stress is a constraining force or influence, such as a force exerted when one body part presses or pulls or pushes against and tends to compress or twist another body. So it's a constraining force or influence. Let's break bread, because I think a lot of times in life, I think some of us have allowed ourselves to be under stress for so long, we think that it's a part of life. Like short-term stress is not a bad thing. And God actually uses come on, Karen, the only God they see is the awakened I am in you. Come on, Karen, you just broke bread. Sometimes he used that awakened I am to introduce himself to somebody else. That's why we always got to be on our awakened I am. So stress, short-term, is not a bad thing. Like for example, I strained my hamstring the other day. The only way I knew that it was sprung is because I felt the stress in my hamstring, and it alerted me to the fact that, whoa, you need to stop playing ball right now before you really hurt something. So that stress was not a bad thing. It signaled to me that something was not right in my body. So in that definition, stress is not a bad thing. Too blessed to be stressed depends. Sometimes stress comes to reveal who we are. I know that's not going to be fun for some of us out there. Sometimes stress reveals who we are. It was never meant for the stress to turn into depression. It was never meant for the stress to turn into diabetes. It's never meant for the stress to turn into cancer. But it was only meant it was a short-term trigger for us to learn whatever we needed to learn. For example, I'll give you another example where I'm talking about stress. Too blessed to be stressed. Don't think that all stress is bad. Short-term stress could be God revealing something to you in your life. I was talking to a friend of mine. A friend of mine had a headache, and the stress of the headache sent my friend to the hospital. And my friend realized that from that headache that he had a tumor. And so from that, he had to go, and because of the stress of the headache, he had to go and get tested and found out that he had a tumor. So in that fact, the stress was what signaled that something was wrong with his body. Or too blessed to be stressed. Come on now. It sounds real good, but some of us need that. We need that level of stress in our life. Or for example, I'm coming right where you live. Too blessed to be stressed. Some of us would never make changes in our life if there was not stress attached to it. Now, honestly, we shouldn't need stress to make changes. But some of us would never make changes without the stress of helping us understand that there's something wrong. The stress of me being broke was what led me to have to find the information of what was causing me to be broke all the time. Without the stress of being broke, I wouldn't have known that I was broke. I just broke bread right there. And so we want a life full of ups with no downs. But then if there was a life full of ups and no downs, how would we ever know how to fix what's wrong? And the very thing that because we don't have stress as markers, I'm talking about short-term stress. We're going to deal with long-term stress in a minute. Because I don't have short-term stress as markers, then now the short-term stress as markers now become long-term stress, and that eventually what kills you. I'm breaking bread right now. You go to the doctor. The doctor tell you had you had a elevated blood sugar of 220. Your blood sugar is 220. You might not have diabetes today, but if I learn to take care of my blood sugar today, I can prevent myself from having complications of type 2 diabetes. Stress is not all we got. Oh, come on, man. A man doesn't know his own heart. How does God sometimes reveal our heart to us through stress? How do I know? I'm about to break bread. Like if I got a smart mouth, come on, Vaniqua, you know I'm coming down there. If I got a smart mouth and I pop off at work with my smart mouth and I get fired, the stress of getting fired should lead me back to being able to understand that my smart mouth got me in this situation. It's not the stress, it's my mouth. And a lot of times we learn how to develop and grow through some of the stresses, short-term stresses in our life. Come on, thank you, Vaniqua. Come on, y'all, holler at your boy. I know this not popular right now because a lot of times we don't want to know the part that we play in our own life. Come on, El asked me the other day. I say it all the time. You the problem and you also the solution. So all the time. Short-term stress are markers for us to make decisions and to make changes in order for us to align in harmony with the great I am. I just broke bread. Stress comes to help us align with the great I am. I say my mentor or my elder brother, when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he was under so much stress and so much pressure and so much anxiety that he sweat great drops of blood. But it came to reveal what was really on the inside of him, not as my will, but as thy your will. In the midst of all of that pressure, he yielded his I am to the great I am who awakened his I am. Come on, man. Sometimes pressure, I remember my boy, one of my mentors on here, he says sometimes people are like tea bags. You don't know what's in them until you get in hot water. And sometimes stress serves as the hot water to reveal to you what's in your heart. Oh, I just broke bread. Motivational teacher to the masses, you just broke bread. See, I'm telling y'all can't show up and get this stuff in. I'm telling y'all, this stuff only comes through these airways. I'm telling you right now, and I'm gonna go on one rant about the motivational teacher to the masses. This stuff you can't get everywhere. Why? Because, man, like this is crock pot type stuff. And I get why some people say, man, I've been told, like you go too hard, and I've been told, like, it doesn't take all of that to be successful. I told somebody the other day that at my house, it was at the draft last Thursday night. And so at my house, in my basement, we had a draft party. And I had my kids down there. I went and got Great American Cookie, and I had draft night 2020, 2021. And I did all that stuff because I'm sowing into their future. And we turned the TV up loud as it'll go, and we got to watch it. We watched it from beginning to end. I get to stay up late on draft night. I had wings, I had sushi, I had their favorite food. And I said, man, I'm sowing vision into my kids. And then I was telling somebody about our draft party. And they said, Aunt, you don't think you add too much pressure on them boys by doing stuff like that? I said, man, I sat back and I looked at them, and I could not. And I sat there and I looked now, and I said, man, I said, I would rather have them aim for the sun and fall on the moon than aim too low and have them not fall upon anything. I'd rather have them aim very high and miss the mark than to sit there and float through life and do nothing. And I'm telling you right now, see, come on, Angelique, thank you for joining us. And see right now, and people say, Aunt, isn't that too much stress? And see, that's the challenge with a lot of us. That we don't want to put ourselves out there. Let me use this word. We don't want the responsibility. Or let me say this, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Come on, man, I'm coming right where you live tonight. See, I'm too blessed to be stressed means that I'm willing to put myself out there, that the blessing is much greater than the stress. Oh, and you ain't putting too much pressure on them by doing that. No, they too blessed to be stressed. Come on, y'all, we say it all the time, right? We say it all the time that, come on, we should be thinking big. To be aiming huge. We should be going to the top. That's to be stressed, but we stay right in a small little box. We stay in a little small box, just big enough to where the great I am doesn't have to work through me and awaken I am for me to accomplish what I want to accomplish. I'm breaking bread right now. I got some people chiming into this conversation. Thinking big. Yep. Don't want to go beyond the comfort zone. I always had the same old mindset that half the world is walking around here just going through the motion. They're just going through the motion. Why, motivational teacher? Why are they going through the motion? We say we too blessed to be stressed, but we don't put ourselves in a situation to be stressed. You having your light bill paid is not, come on, man. Come on, I got to do this. I'm 33 minutes in. The cattle on 1,000 hills belong to your father. Your father has gold paid. The great I am has gold paved streets in heaven. And we're sitting here and we're afraid to say, hey, boy, you can be drafted like that. All the pressure you putting those boys on them. No, we say we too blessed to be stressed. Then let's believe it. Then put yourself in a situation where you got to believe for something big. If you really going to say, getting your light bill paid ain't it. I got to break bread. He clothed the ravens under AFE. Look, them trees out there arrayed in all his glory. That ain't it. Put yourself out there to be the DON. Put yourself out there to be the boss. Put yourself out there to do something that's never been done in your family, and see if you're too blessed to be stressed. That's what I'm talking about. When Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, he had the world on his shoulders. And you know what he said? I'm too blessed to be stressed. Not my will, but as the great I am will through me. Come on, man. I'm breaking bread right now. I'm breaking bread right now, but I'm sitting in bed asleep. I'm telling you right now, we're too blessed. So let me get back. Short-term stress. Short-term, I'm going to say it this way, short-term discomfort is not a bad thing because it relieves us or it signals us that there's a bigger problem going on. All right, short-term, it's not too blessed to be stressed. Yeah, I agree. But short-term stress signals that there's something that's working improperly. Now, long-term stress is what kills us. And I think, see, this is where a lot of us miss the mark because we allow small things in our life we never deal with the small things, and the small things become bigger things and they become more to stress over. The reason why, a person had a heart attack is because they didn't heed to the small signs that led up to the heart attack that could have prevented the heart attack or a person died of a stroke. The thing is, your blood pressure has been high a long time before you have a stroke, and we don't take heed to the small warnings. And that's why I say you got to be present in your own life. You have to be intentional about your own life. You have to be in harmony with your own life, with your own body, because your body is signaling to you what's going on in your mind. It's signaling. Why every time I get in this situation, I get a high level of anxiety. Why do you get a high level of anxiety? Because your body is warning you, it's telling you that there's something emotionally you need to deal with. Every time I see that guy, I feel this kind of way. Why? Because your body is signaling to you that there's something you need to deal with. Every time I get to this situation where I'm about to blow up, it seems like it just never happens. Why? Your body, you're signaling to you that I need to go to work in this area and I got to get a growth plan. But if we leave enough of those signals unattended, then they become long-term stressors. They become long-term stressors. And long-term stressors are the one that brings dis-ease in our body, and those are the ones that makes us die before it's time. Those long-term stresses, and you were never meant. Here's the problem with stress, ladies and gentlemen. I got a lot of stuff, and I'm talking to y'all out here. People get too comfortable and settle for less and don't want more in life. They do, because they know in life, and the bigger and the higher your goals and your dreams are in life, the more ridicule you're going to be under. Yeah. The more people are going to talk about you, the more people are not going to like you, the more people are going to hate on you, the more people that's going to try to steal from you, the more people that are going to try to abuse you, the more people that are going to try to misuse you, because you all want more. You want more. And the challenge with stress, long-term stress, is that if you're stressing a lot in your life, and I see it a lot, people in poverty that's looking for how they gonna pay their next bill, or people that's looking for how am I just gonna get the basic necessities of life, that stress wears them down over time. For people that have mental anxiety, and I'm gonna talk about why we shouldn't be in anxiety, over time, if we don't deal with those short term, over time, those are the things that wear us out. And here's the trick. Moments where you're stressing, you have long-term stress, it's hard to build. You cannot build in stressful environments. Come on, man, I'm breaking bread right now. You cannot build when you're worried about 24 hours a day of how am I going to live. You can't build your goals and your dreams when you're so caught up into what's wrong in your life and it's causing you dis-ease in your body. And see, I think the thing about you is that you are unstoppable. The only thing that can stop you is your own mind. And if you allow enough stressors in your life to eat up your mental energy, you are not spending time building, you're only spending time repairing. And it's just a matter of time before the whole kid and caboodle come crashing down. Why? Because you are a creator. You are a builder. You were never meant to just be held together by tape and glue and barely put together. You are a creator. Your mind, this is your most important weapon on earth. A lion has its roar. The elephant has its weight. The cheetah has its speed. The crocodile has the pressure in its jaws. Your superpower is your mind. And the moment you're so stressed out and your mind is worried, taking heed for what you need tomorrow, you are no longer in a position to build. Too blessed to be stressed. What does it mean, motivational teacher? That I'm not anxious about anything, but I approach everything with prayer and petition, making my will be known to the Most High God. That I can't allow my mind to be caught up in this world and me not taking the time to focus. Come on, I love that word. We got to focus on our purpose, not our fears. I love that right there. We're not focusing on building. We're too busy focused on what's falling apart. And where I place my attention to is where I get manifestation. If all I do is focus my attention and my effort and my mental energy on repairing, I'll never be made whole. I'll never live in wholeness, soundness. I'll never have nothing missing, nothing lacking, because I am allowing my mental energy to be all stressed out on something. Hey, Joy, thanks for joining us. I'm allowing my mental energy now to be worn out and put in places where it's not building or not yielding me any fruit. And my mom knows this. We had this conversation not long ago. By you worrying about something in your life, what can you change? By you worrying alone, what can you, not one cubic you can't change. What can you change by worrying about it? What is happening is that your secret weapon has been taken out the game. And you say, well, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Too blessed to be stressed. The great I am has awakened my I am. Doesn't mean that I'm not, come on, man. It doesn't mean that that you're going to have some stuff that go awry in your life, but I can't spend too much mental energy worrying about why it went wrong. I'm breaking bread right now. Worrying about how it's going to get fixed. I got to get whatever lesson that's in the midst of it. I got to get that information. Man, it's almost, I said it last week. When something goes awry in your life, when you're in the valley or when you're going in a storm or when you're coming out of storm, it's always to awaken your I am. I just broke bread. Anytime there's discomfort in your life, it's always to awaken your I am. Trust me on this, that there's nothing that goes on in your life that catches the great I am by surprise. I just broke bread. Everything that you go through, good or bad, is always meant to awaken your I am. Somebody need to write that in the box right there. Somebody need to tweet that. Somebody need to put that and tag me in that anything that goes right or wrong in your life is always to awaken your I am. There's a destination that God is trying to get you to. The great I am is trying to get you somewhere. And there's always going to be opposition to getting you to that place. That's why, come on, man. That's why we're not supposed to be anxious about any of this stuff. Because the reason why I can't allow, come on, Bill, baby, Bill. That's why I say y'all got to tune in. Come on, man. I did one called Bill, baby, Bill. I did a Motivational Monday called Bill, baby, Bill. In times of stress, you cannot build. In times of stress, you cannot build. In times of stress, you're thinking about repairing. And repairing is not sufficient enough for your awakened I am. I just broke bread. We have to learn to change what we can and not worry about what we can't. Come on, Joy. Worrying and change is absolutely nothing. Better get some new information. Come on, Mom. Better get some new information. Everything we go through in life is all to awaken. Come on, Vaniqua. It's all to awaken our I am. Somebody need to hear that right now. Somebody needs to hear that. My screen just went black because somebody need to hear this right there. Everything you go through in life is to awaken your I am. Well, I love when I get a little opposition from the airways. That tells me I'm in the right place. My destination is promised by the great I am, God Almighty. Come on, man. I'm breaking bread up in here. I done got off my notes, y'all. Let me get back on here. So too blessed to be stressed. Short-term stress is not bad. It's long-term stress that wears us out. One of my favorite verses says, be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and petition and thanksgiving, present your request to God. Be anxious about nothing means recognize that all circumstances can be used by God for his glory through your awakened I am. Through your awakened I am. All of these things work together for your good. All of these things work together for your good. I can no longer sit back by and say, man, like only if I had this. No, not having that is working for your good. That's what it means. That's what it means. No matter what I go through in my life, the great I am is sufficient enough through my awakening I am to overcome any situation. And I think the challenge for a lot of people is to realize that God is not in heaven pulling strings, that if he's going to do something, it's going to have to be through you. It's going to have to be through you. Too blessed to be stressed. What does it mean, motivational teacher to the masses? It only means that whatever I go through, the great I am is sufficient. I just broke bread. That whatever I go through, God is sufficient. Whether I go through the valleys or whether I go through destruction or whether I'm on the hill or whether I'm down, it doesn't matter. The great I am is sufficient enough through my awakening I am that whatever barrier I come to, he and I alone are good enough to be able to get through it. Too blessed to be stressed. I'm breaking bread. Are you speaking truth for millions of people? Come on. Too blessed to be stressed. What does it mean that what I go through in my life, it can't kill me. It cannot take me out. It only means that the great I am is more than enough through my awakened I am to solve any issue that comes up in my life. I just broke bread. So my question to you is, why are you so afraid of having a draft party? Why are you so afraid of saying what you can do? Why are you so afraid of saying I walk in authority? Why are you so afraid of saying I'm a millionaire? Why are you so afraid to say I already have a foundation? I know I already say I'm the motivational teacher to the masses. I know how many eyes looking at me, but I'm too blessed to even think that the number of eyes looking at me are the number of eyes looking at me. The great I am has awakened my I am. This is part of the process of becoming great. And the challenge is I cannot judge my today. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot judge my today by what I see today. I know, motivational teacher. I know that the seat I sit in is the seeds I've sown previously. I know that I sit there, but I'm telling you right now, so much more greater on the inside of you. That there's so much more on the inside of you than what you know. I'm telling you right now, if you don't hear this from anybody else, listen to your boy. I'm breaking bread all day. Come on, Angelique. That there's something so much special on the inside of you, but you got to awaken your I am to the special that's on the inside of you. It's people all around you that can see that there's something on the inside of you that they don't have. And some people tell you about it, some people hate against it. But I'm going to tell you right here that there's something on the inside of you. And you got to get, come on, man, you got to get inside of you in order to release it. You don't release it by things externally. Like people do this all the time. That's why I'm about to break bread. People love to go get stuff to try to say what's on the inside of them. For example, what's one of these tattoos? I got a tattoo of a cross on my arm. I got this tattoo of this cross on my arm because at the time I wasn't living a Christian life. I had a big cross on my neck. I went and got this tattoo because I wasn't living a Christian life on the inside. So I went and got these tattoos to kind of depict what was supposed to be inside and put it on the outside. So when people see the big cross here and see the big cross on my arm, I said, man, that guy got to be spiritual. And so I dressed up what I lacked on the inside on the outside so people could see it for what I thought it was. But here go true riches. True riches is that I build it on the outside, I build it on the inside, and I never have to look on the outside for it, because if I build it on the inside, it manifests itself on the outside. That's why I'm always weary of people that's always trying to get things in order to convince somebody that I made it. Yeah, so people can see. That's a better way of putting it. You want to get things externally so people can see, so they can say what you want to feel internally. I just broke bread. And I'm challenging you not to be the person to go get the cross on your arm. Don't get the cross in your heart. And if you manifest the cross on the inside of you, people can't help but to see it on the outside of you. Oh my God, that ought to change your life right there. That ought to change your life right there. That you've been spending your whole life trying to get validation from your sister or from your mama or from your grandma or from your uncle, and you want them to think down all of this. Don't seek validation externally. You build it inside of you, and all these other things will be added. All these other things. Don't seek validation from a man. He got no place to put you in eternity. Don't ever seek. Come on, man. Listen. And this is what I love about the great I am, awakening my I am. Like, I get so many critiques about my motivational Mondays and what I should be doing. And I hear so many people tell me what I should be doing and how I should be going about doing it. But the good thing is when you're building on the inside, you're not overly concerned with what people think on the outside, because when the great I am has awakened your I am, it ain't gonna look like everybody think it should. But it's okay because I'm building. When Bezos went bankrupt with this first company and he went bankrupt and started Amazon all over again, I bet you there's people saying this dude is a fool to be doing it again. And yet he built down with worn-out tools and started building again. I'm telling you, I bet when David was in there, when Saul was trying to kill David, I bet there were people saying, man, David crazy because that dude could go take Saul out. He shouldn't let Saul. He said, no, I'm going to sit here because I'm building on the inside. If you build on the inside, the world cannot contain it when it comes on the outside. They can hate against it. They can talk about it. They can try to tear it down. But because you built it on the inside, there's nothing they can do on the outside. But if I go get it on the outside before the right time, it can be repossessed. Yeah, it can. Yeah, it can. It all different things. People can do all different things because I didn't get it through the right source. I didn't get it through the right source. And see, the thing about the great I am, too blessed to be stressed, means that my source is never in things, that my source is not my job, that my source is not meat and bread. My source is the great I am, awakening my I am. My source is, that's why I don't need money to be blessed, because money was never my source. I don't need a healing to be blessed because healing was never my source. I don't need a relationship to validate me because the relationship never was my source. And see, so many of us have been looking to these other things as our sources in our life, that when we don't have them, now we get stressed because I don't think I have what I need in order to accomplish the vision. Who we trying to impress? Why I think I gotta have this person to accomplish what God has given me to do? Why I think I gotta go through this door in order to accomplish what God has given me to do? Come on, ladies and gentlemen, you only have one source. I'm gonna break bread. That might be my next thing. You only have one source. The great I am is your own source, and everything else are resources. The moment you get that revelation, you understand that I'm not bound to any one thing. I'm not bound to any one job. I'm not bound to any one door, because he's my source, and anything he chooses to use is a resource. And he can make, man, come on, man, he can make a donkey a resource if he so choose. It doesn't matter if I know my source. Any of these can be my resource. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not looking for one specific door because I already know the door. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If I open that door, I'll open many other doors to be added unto me. I'm breaking bread right now. Your life can be radically different. The things that you want added to your life can be added, but only through the right source. Only through the right source. All these things that you wish for can be added unto your life, but you got to go through the great I am and your awakened I am. Because the challenge, believe me, the challenge is not getting things. The challenge is keeping things. I told you I had a 6-figure job. I told you I had a big old house in Cloverdale. I drove a big car. The challenge is not in getting them. The challenge is in keeping them. And see, for some of you all, you just want to get those things. But if you get those things, can you have those things? You can get them. There's a huge difference between getting them and having them. When they are added unto you, you have those things. But when you're seeking to get them through other sources, you get those things. And guess what else you get? You get the headache, you get the debt, you get the mistreatment, you get all the things that come along with it. The key is not getting it. The key is having it. You want these things added. You know, the Gentiles seek for those things. You don't have to seek for those things. You have those things added through an awakened I am. Yes, you are too blessed to be stressed. And I'm telling you right now, when you have stress, doesn't mean that you're not blessed. When you have stress, it doesn't mean that your relationship with the great I am has been tweaked. It doesn't mean that the great I am and keeping, I remember growing up that every time something bad happens, somebody say, attribute it to some sin in your life. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's up there keeping rights and keeping wrongs. I'm saying that when you go through things, it's always to awaken your I am. Even those things work together for your good. And the moment we start realizing that, we stop crying about what's not going right in our life. And we sit there, right? I told you, take a panoramic view right in the middle of the storm and say, okay, how can I learn? How can my I am be awakened by this situation? I'm telling you right now, whether it's sickness, I don't know what's going on in your life, what's going on right now. I'm telling you, even that can be used to awaken your I am. You never know how powerful you are until powerful is your only response. We never want to go through anything, but power is never displayed in being comfortable. Power is never displayed in being comfortable. You don't know how powerful you are until powerful is your only response. And right now, I'm going to tell you how powerful some of you are, that you can write the vision and make it plain. And that you keep calling that vision what it is until you see it. Until you built it enough on the inside till it manifests on the outside. It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, bringing you another powerful Motivational Monday. And if you have not, please go back. I've been doing this for 5 weeks where I've taken these idioms. Didn't even know what it was when I started. I've been taking these idioms and putting meat around the bone the only way the motivational teacher to the masses can. And if you would, please share this. I think tonight we had all 3 platforms chime into this conversation. And I appreciate it. Let me get a couple of these comments. I love that. Everything else is a resource. Yes, ma'am, E.T. Make a way out of what appears to be no way. He is the way. The I am. He is the way. Powerful. Needed this word today. The Lord can do anything. Yes, he can, Q. And he can do anything through me and you. That's what makes him amazing. That we should do even greater works. That we can do even greater works. I'm telling you, man, once you get to know who you truly are, man, you'll stop making limits in your life. I'm telling you, hey, when you start figuring out who you are, you'll mess around and throw yourself a DON party while you still a RN. I mean, when you start figuring out who you are, you'll start buying cookies and cakes and celebrate. I'm a millionaire already, and you might not have 2 nickels to rub together. Why? And you start, man, like your marriage falling apart, but you'll go buy your spouse some flowers, and you'll go kill the fatted calf, go get the biggest steak in the store, and come home and cook it and say, man, we're gonna celebrate 40 years of marriage already. And we right now we at 15 and we on the rocks, but we're gonna go ahead and celebrate 40 already. That's when you know who you are, because you're not shaken by these external. You're stable in all your ways. You're not shaken by these things. You're not shaken by what's external. You make decisions you build by what you know and not by what's going on around. I mean, I can go into this a whole nother 59 minutes because I feel this strongly about this information tonight. that you being blessed has nothing to do externally, but have everything to do with you internally. You've already been blessed with every spiritual blessing. Now it's up to us to pull from what's inside and bring the matter and the particles so tightly closed that we manifest it on the outside. It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses. Another edition of Motivational Monday. You all have been phenomenal tonight, chiming into this conversation. I don't know how many comments on here, but it's been a lot of them. So I want to thank you all for chiming in here with me, man. It means a lot. Like, you all motivate me when you sit in here and you allow me to sow into you. Because I definitely think you all are worth the time. You're worth the energy. You're worth the effort. And I know, like, it's great things to come for people that I'm looking at right now. Great things to come. Don't judge yourself based on what it looked like today. You keep saying it's great things to come. Don't judge yourself with it. It's great things to come right now. You keep working, you keep building, and mainly you keep believing. It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses. And until next time, I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. I'm out.
Ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war.